Hello hazers, Bree here. Today I have the Grand Teton from VanPowers. So you'll notice that Jay is not really in this video, and that's because it is like a torque sensor type of bike, and he doesn't really ride normal bikes. He's used to like the electric throttle and everything, and this one doesn't have a throttle. So I get to be the one to do the review for you. Hello guys, that is the Steely sensor going off.
Power on.
Hello hazers, my name is Bree, and today I'm introducing you guys to the VanPowers Grand Teton. I know it looks like it's spelled Teton, but I actually watched the CES unveiling of this bike, and the guy was like, this is the Teton, so that's what I'm going with.
Grand Teton.
Right now, I am in eco mode. I am barely pedaling, and we are going about 14 miles an hour in eco. So I am going to be taking you guys on a different route today. It is a route that I really enjoy when I'm out riding my road bike. This bike is actually recommended for people that are 5'4" and taller. I'm only 5 foot, and honestly, it's not an issue. I thought that the seat was going to be way too high, but since the seat has the air, I was able to slam it all the way down. Right now, we're barely pedaling, and we're going roughly 17 miles an hour according to this display. I was so excited when they mentioned this bike because I actually saw it unveiled at CES. We weren't there, but I always see what's new and released. And this one really caught my eye because of all the extra technology that's built into this bike. All right, and we're clear. Let's see how it handles some grass. Totally fine. Yeah. Now we're where I love to be, so we're gonna go up and go a little faster with our pedals. So we are in eco. Let's try. You can do 20 in eco. There's another cyclist. We are kind, we stay to the right, and we slow down. So this guy has geofencing. It has an app, and I think that is so cool because if you fall, it can actually call somebody to let them know that you crashed. If they were working on my sidewalk, we are gonna go around. Hello? Can I go that way? Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I love this route because there are cows. Some of you may not be interested, but I surely am. Every time I see them, it makes me happy. Let's bump it up to the next level. Sport mode. Holy Hannah. You feel it kicking faster for the initial pedal, but then it's like it was before. If I slow down, look how fast that picks up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's test the brakes. Wow, that's immediate stop. And then when you start to go, it's an immediate go. This is a fantastic commuter bike. If you're using an e-bike to get to and from work, this one will give you all the power that you need without a throttle. You can just focus on riding. Let's see what the next level is. I did not hear what it said, but it has a B. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh my goodness, we are moving. Okay. We are in boost. We're going 26. I'm gonna slow down on this curve. Boost mode is immediate pickup, and you can go faster than you can in the first two modes. So I'm gonna slow down a little. We're gonna see how fast boost mode can get us up to speed after the place up ahead. We want a straight shot, you know? Oh no! There is a pothole! Oh no! We are not going to go into a pothole today. I need you guys' help. Do we go left or do we go right? Pick a side. Pick a side. Nobody picked? Okay. I can bring this down. Brought it down because I don't want mud flicking up all over my butt. Now we have a straightest shot. Sport mode. Boost mode. Let's see. We have to slow down first. Okay, we're gonna be almost stopped, so I don't have to get off. Okay, and let's see how long it takes. Get to 20. Past 20. This seat is extremely comfortable if you are used to road bike seats. It has the same structure. Like, it's a little stiff if you're not used to it, but if you are, the amount of cushion that it has is nice. We are going so fast, and I am barely pedaling right now. Oh my goodness. I feel like I am cheating on my road bike right now. I'm gonna go out tomorrow and be like, why aren't I going so fast anymore? This has Tektro brakes. And not just Tektro brakes, like even the Tektro brake disc. We're gonna go on some trails. Hopefully it's not wet. So the Grand Teton has a 4-piston hydraulic Tektro brakes. What? That is crazy. Normally on like e-bikes, you kind of just don't even look at what they come with because it's usually bottom basement stuff. It's just cheap nonsense. Between the group set and the brakes that are on here, it's like $400 if you wanted to buy those separately. That's a lot. So I like that they thought about the components as well as the bike itself, because usually the components are severely overlooked. How many e-bikes have we done where it's just like brakes? It doesn't even have a name. I was looking up the group set for this. So it's a Shimano CUES. And if you look it up, it is over 250 bucks. That is nonsensical. That is really nice. Like, it's something people actually upgrade to from what comes with their bike. And they just put it on there. And there's a car here. How is there a car here? I'm not gonna freak out. That's totally normal. There's not supposed to be cars here. If I die, it's that guy's fault. Let's go a little bit faster and get away from that car. There are no cars allowed on this trail. I'm not scared, you are? I think that the screen is great. I love that it's off to the side a little bit. And it's really streamlined with how the bike looks. The grips, the way that they are, it gives a little bit of padding to when you're going over bumps. Because I feel them compress a little. I think that's the design, but it's nice. I might actually steal this seat because it is absurdly comfortable to me. Oh, so I really like road biking, and in Florida there's like no road bike races where I can like show off, so I have to do triathlons instead. And so I train all the time, and I love it, and I love road bikes, and having a bike that can give you a little bit extra oomph while you're going, like if you're going up a hill or something, is so cool. And they actually have a bike like that. I have never ever seen a bike like it before. So I'll plug it on the screen. It looks like a normal road bike, but it has a hub motor. What? And it's so minimal that I doubt anybody would be able to tell. And of course, it can only do a nominal amount of power, but if you're just using it to help you get up a massive hill, then it is so cool. It's handling the sand and the trail pretty well. I didn't expect it to. Because without having a throttle, like, you don't know how a bike is gonna take something. Or like on a road bike, like, I know how it handles curves and how it handles bumps because you are controlling it. With this, every single pedal stroke, you're getting help. And bump, no problem. So this reminds me of like a road bike and a mountain bike and an e-bike that married and had a threesome and made a baby bike. This is it. I love that I'm able to kind of go out without having to try so hard. This would be great for like people who used to road race or retired triathletes, because it takes a lot of the pressure off of your joints because the bike's doing a lot of the work for you. And also for people commuting to work. Nobody wants to show up to work and be a sweaty mess because they were pedaling so hard. And this bike, you can do that with. We're down to 28% currently. I have no idea how far we've gone. But we can go to the right and I will show you a park. This has some massive meaty tires. They are 4 inches. How crazy. And they are very, very grippy. I was going through the sand and those rocks and it didn't slip at all. Very, very good traction. On the front of the bike, it does have suspension that you can lock out. You can adjust it or you can lock it out all the way. I kind of like it more towards the locked side, whereas Jay likes it more on the loose side. There are crosswalk guards here. I think school's in session? I'm not sure. Hello. That way? Thank you, ma'am.
You look awfully cute.
Oh, why, thank you. We almost match. Thank you very much. I hope you two have a great day. Have a good day. Thank you. Okay, those were the cutest people I've ever met. They were so sweet. Oh my goodness. Anywho, we are headed towards the park. So we covered the suspension on the front. In the rear, it is a hardtail. You do have 9 gears with the CUES. Right now we're in gear 8. And we're just cruising along an eco because it's fun. The Tektro brakes are 203 millimeter discs. Okay, he was adorable. Oh my goodness, he had an e-bike too. How cute. It has a 14.7 amp hour battery and it has a 3 amp charger, which means it'll take about 5 hours to charge from completely dead to full. So the size of this bike is a little bit larger for someone who's as short as me to get onto the bike. But while you are pedaling, you do not notice that it is for a taller person. This has a branded mid-drive motor that is a 500 watt and it peaks at 750 watts. It's a torque sensor. It says that you are supposed to get 65 miles on a single charge. Right now, we've actually done a pretty decent amount of miles. And I really, really love it. I feel like I could go so fast, so zippy. I can get into turns and I don't have to worry about, like, this is gonna sound silly, but like thumb cramps. Like when you're like trying to contort your hand in a way to give consistent pressure. I like that it's all beneath my feet. And I am talking about a bike and someone just walked by me and I feel really weird right now. This bike has 130 Newton meters of torque. And boy, do I feel it, especially when that's a loud car. Jesus. Especially when I'm in the boost or the sport mode, you feel it more so in eco. In eco, it feels kind of like someone is pushing you along. In boost, it feels like you are attached to a car and someone is yanking you, like you move. Now, with all the fancy components and that fancy system that's in it with the special geofencing and all that, it is not an inexpensive bike. It is definitely more of a luxurious purchase or a serious e-biker purchase. I think that this bike is really, really comfortable. And it helps you so much with each pedal stroke. It feels like I'm not even cycling at all. All right, let's pick it up to boost. Boost mode. I think I can hear the whizzing of the motor. We were able to get it up to 27 before it started to curve. I feel like I could do better. I brought it up to 9 on the shifter. So that way I'm giving it as much oomph as I can. Because if it's a torque sensor, I feel like it could go faster if I have it on a higher gear.
Boost mode.
You heard it, it's boost mode time. .28, stop sign, end cars. We could do it. We're gonna get this up as fast as possible. Next straightaway. Are we ready? Yes, Bree, let's go. All right, let's go. I am almost free pedaling. Curve. Whew. We're gonna try it the opposite way now. I'm gonna bring the gear down and see what happens if I try to pedal fast. So I was able to get to 23 miles an hour, and I was doing at least 105, 110 RPMs. So you can go faster if you have it on a higher gear. So we're just gonna bring that back up. I love the shape of the shifter. It's very easy to grab and pull. I am beyond interested in how their road bike performs now. Because if it performs anything like this, I definitely want it. Everyone's honking at me, or they're all honking at each other. It might be in my head, or because I have an adorable matching outfit on. I am not sure. I wanted to wear this without a bra, but it turned out to be way more see-through than they advertised it as. Let's put it in 0. We're in 0. And I have no idea what that, there's another horn. Why is everyone honking? Do I have a thing on my butt? Oh my God, I'm so self-conscious right now. Okay, so we're going 15. Turn on eco. I feel the difference between nothing and eco. It feels like it's doing double the work that I am. And then sport. Sport mode feels like I'm doing maybe 4 times the amount that I am. Boost feels like I'm being yanked around by like an Escalade. It is ridiculous how fast you can go without any effort at all. If you're wondering where that sound is coming from, there's a speaker on the bottom of the bike. But eco, you definitely still have to try to pedal. So if you want to get some fitness, stay in eco. All in all, I feel like this bike is extremely cool. So since I didn't get to show you guys the unboxing and assembly, I'll tell you what's in the box because you won't even believe it. It comes with 2 paint bottles. One that is solid black and one that is glitter red. I love that because it actually matches the paint exactly. So if you get a scratch, you can repair it on your own at home with what it comes with. At first, the paint looked really watery, so I wanted to test it out. So I grabbed a wrench and I painted it, and it looks exactly like the bike's color does. So I absolutely love that they added that in there. It also comes with some tools a headlight that you have to mount. You have to mount the screen. This version, the Grand Teton, does not come with fenders. The other version does, the cheaper one. The charger for this, I have never seen before. It has a very unique prong that goes into the plug that's at the base of the bike, and it's super waterproof. Like the part that covers it up actually goes into all the grooves, and it's made out of thick silicone. So I think that's a really cool feature to add. Most of the time it's like a little plug. This one is, I don't even know what to call it. It kind of looks like the Transformers logo a little. So we tried this bike out on grass, gravel, dirt, sand, and sidewalk and pavement. I think it handles bumps really well for only having front suspension. And sometimes on bikes that only have front suspension, your hands go numb because all your weight is focused on your hands and you feel the shocks and you feel the bump. But this one, I feel like it's absorbing a lot of the shock along with those nice grips that's not happening. I love this. Oh my goodness, are we turning today? Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't think this has happened before, so I am pretty far from the house and the battery is getting low. We are currently at 20%. We've played with all of the different speeds, but mainly I've stayed in eco. Right now we are in sport, just for funsies. And unfortunately my cows are not out. They moved on to greener pastures. I absolutely love the way that it handles, the way that it feels, the amount of power that I feel like I'm getting from my legs. What are those? Those are weird birds. So, I really love this bike. I can't wait until like they make more bikes like this, or they make more road bikes. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. This company, VanPowers, is super cool because they did what Ferrari did. How Ferrari recruited ex-employees from other car manufacturers. That's what VanPowers did. They have people that worked for the top makers in the industry. I think that's a fantastic idea and hiring model because you could tell that some thought went into how the rider feels on the bike versus just thinking of it as an e-bike. Even the brakes have like little nubs on them, so that way you get good traction when you squeeze it, even if your hands are sweaty. What a cute detail. If I had to give any negatives about the Grand Teton, it would be that there are no fenders, because like before we had to avoid that giant puddle because there's no fenders on this. I also feel like you could go faster if you had slick tires on these versus the knobbies. For the seat, for people who aren't used to like road biking or like mountain biking with like a firmer seat, you might not like it. You might switch it out for something more comfortable, but I personally do enjoy it. I thought that was the camera for a second. I personally don't need a dropper post, but if you do need it, this one is actually really responsive. I was playing with it and it works really well. But me being so short, I do not need that. Oh, here's the puddle. Oh, Jesus. I asked you guys to pick last time and you took too long, so this is where we are. So in Florida, you actually have to be really careful about when you go through the shadows underneath a tree, which might sound ridiculous, but last summer I was going through like the trails and I was really hot, so I went underneath the tree for shade. Once my eyes adjusted, there was a bunch of snakes under there. I was so scared. I have never trusted a shadow again. I wanted to change the angle for you guys before this thing dies. Right now we are at 17% of battery life, and my voice may not sound as clear anymore because I had to change the camera angle. I want to feel what it feels like to go down these fast with the curves. Okay, we are going 27, 28. Come on, baby. I cannot get it past 28. This is our turn. I forgot to mention, this bike also comes with 2 keys, and that's for getting out your battery. Another really cool feature about this bike is it has integrated brake lights. Now, if you're just squeezing them and you're not moving, they won't do anything. They actually have an accelerometer inside that can tell if you are slowing down, and that's when they illuminate. We have been traveling for 49 minutes and we've gone 12.9 miles. Our average speed was 18.3 and our max speed was 28.3, and we burned 235 calories with an average power of 282.
So you like it, I guess.
I love it.
Yeah, I figured, because I said there ain't no way she's gonna go that fucking far and not enjoy it.
I loved it.
Yeah?
It's a really good bike. Now that we are back home after pedaling with the Grand Teton, I have some extra details to tell you about this bike that you probably won't expect exist. So, this bike has its own app, and within the app, you can actually do quite a few things. You can also track your trip without having your phone on your person. The bike has its own 4G connection, and it sends it to whatever device it's paired with, and it will show how fast you went, where you went to, all of the details of your ride, and you don't even have to record it on your own. The bike does it as soon as you start. I love that. So within the app, you're also able to do geofencing. So that's kind of like limiting to where the bike can go, and that you will be alerted if the bike passes that point. We actually tested it out, and what happened is it sent the phone an alert, and then the bike actually spoke to me and said it was out of range. It didn't stop me from pedaling. It didn't stop me from turning off and turning on the bike. It just alerted the user that the bike was out of the area that it should have been staying in. The next feature of this bike we tried to test, as you can see from this video. It's supposed to send an SOS message to whoever your emergency contact is if the bike takes a tumble. We tried it. It did not do it, but it could have been because I was not pedaling. I do not feel comfortable pedaling and falling over on purpose. In the app, there is also a leaderboard, which is interesting. We are already number 80, by the way. We're just getting up there. I don't know what it's based on, but now there's a competitive standpoint, and I'm interested. When I was out riding, Jay was able to track me within the app using the Find My Bike function. So it wasn't a real time of where I was, but every 3 seconds or so, it would ping and it would show my current location. This bike is supposed to be able to go 65 miles. What? I don't know how far I could actually get using the different modes, because I don't know if they only tested it on eco only when they were doing it, but we still had battery life left when I got home. Now, when you turn on the bike right now that it has a low battery, it actually alerts you.
Power on. My battery is low.
How cute is that? So that way, if you're about to take it out, you know you're not going to have a lot of battery life, so you might as well go and charge him.
Power off.
I kind of love that it talks to me. Is that weird? Something that I forgot to mention is that right here where these 3 screws are, you can actually put an additional battery, so that way it has more power so you can go further, longer. I couldn't find that battery available yet, but you can see pictures of it on their website, and I'll plug one for you right here. The tires on this are super beefy and knobby. I feel like I could have gone faster if they had slick tires on them because I was testing the speed on pavement, which is not the best place to test these kinds of tires. But if you had slicks on them, I think you could get up to 30. I couldn't reach that, unfortunately. I really wish I could. I tried my darndest. Let's talk about the aesthetics. The color transition from this glitter red to black is absolutely beautiful. And like I mentioned before, it does come with touch-up paint and a lot of it. You could probably scratch this whole side and be able to repair it yourself at home, which is really, really nice. And a little feature that most bike companies don't even include is a protector on here so that way your chain doesn't smack. This is a fully integrated rubber panel that extends all the way from here, all the way up, and it's screwed in. So that way when you're riding and you go over big bumps, there's no way that this will nick up your paint. No chance at all. And it came with an optional derailleur guard. We chose to put it on. Normally we do not, but this one fits with the same scheme of the whole bike where it looks like it was intended to be used, not just thrown in because they were supposed to put it in there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please check out our members only section. That's where you get exclusive content of every bike we get, we unbox and assemble live, real time with you guys in the chat. Thank you for coming by and stay sunny side up.